Hello aspirants, I'm Indumati Karthikeyan from InKar IAS Academy. Today we are going to see about the 28th November current affairs. This topic taken from the Delhi edition. That is around 2 lakh of child marriage were prevented in this year. So this is the current burning topic. This topic which is comes under the GS1 role of women and women's organization, population and associated issues. So first of all, we must know what is in the news. That is, a ministry said that around 2 lakh child marriage has been prevented in the past 1 year. Even 1 in 5 girls in India is married before reaching the age, that is a legal age, 18 years. The child marriage have halved since the introduction of the law preventing the Women and Child Development Ministry. We must also focus on raising awareness because legislation alone cannot eradicate these issues. The Women and Child Development Ministry, Mrs. Annapurna Devi said this thing. That is the recent news that the Lancet Global Health Journal said that is a prevailing scenario of the child marriage in India. First of all, we must know that is what are the major trends highlighted in the study. It is based on the Indian and also global trend. For Indian trend, that is a girl child marriage declined from 49% in the 1993, 22% in the 2021. Boy child marriage reduced from 7% in 2006, 2% in 2021, indicating an overall national decline. And also there is a year between the 2016 and 2021. The progress plateaued with certain cases in experiencing a troubling rise of the children marriage, notably the 6 states including that is Manipur, Punjab, Tripura, West Bengal. So these things increase in girl child marriage, and also each state observe that rise in boy child marriage encompassing Chhattisgarh, Goa, Manipur, and also Punjab. So global trends. What is in the global trends? Global progress against the child marriage has been notable, but the COVID-19 pandemic threatens the advancement, putting approximately 10 million more girls at risk of the child marriage over a decade. So, what are the major things which is associated with the child marriage? First of all, the economic factor, that is a family living in a poverty might see marriage as a means of reduce the economic burden by transferring responsibility for the girl to her husband family. And also in some region, the tradition providing dowry can influence families to marry off daughters at a young age to avoid higher dowry cost later. Also in areas such thrown to the natural disaster or agrarian crisis, families facing economic hardship might resort to early marriage as a coping mechanism to secure the stability. And second thing, the social norms and traditional practice still is the long held customs and tradition often prioritize that early marriage is a social norm perpetuating the practice across the generation. So pressure from the community or family to conform the prevailing customs and also the tradition lead to the early marriage, particularly for the girls, and also now not a and also in the boys. So gender inequality and discrimination, you unequal power dynamics. There is a limited agency for the girls compared to boys contribute significantly to early marriage. That is a lack of access of the education opportunity for girls often pushes families to opt for the early marriage, viewing it is a way to secure their daughter's future. But this is not real uh, in this scenario. And there is a UNICEF and also sustainable goal 5, that is a categorize UNICEF categorize child marriage as a human right violation due to its adverse impact on the development of both boys and girl. And also there is a sustainable development goal also there. So we need to reduce the early marriage, and also we need to aiming for the gender equality and empowering the women girl by 2030. So still now, what are the legislation made for this issues? So for the child marriage, the legislative framework enacted that the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act in 2006, that is establishing the legal age for the marriage at 21 for men and 18 for the women. The section 16 of the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act allows state government to appoint child marriage or prohibition officer to specific areas. that is CMPO, or responsible for the preventing child marriages, collecting evidence, and also prosecution, counseling against promoting and aiding such marriages, raising awareness about the harmful effects, and also sensitizing the communities. There is a government has introduced a bill, namely the Prohibition of Child Marriage Amendment Bill 2021, for raising the age of marriage of women to 21 years to make at par with the women. First of all, we must know what is the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act. This is PCMA, came into force 2006 to prevent child marriage, to ensure and also eradicate the practice. It is replaced Child Marriage Restraint Act in 1929. That is the primary object of this act is prohibit solemnization of the child marriage. So this act aimed enabling provision prohibit child marriage, provide relief to victims, and enhance the punishment for those who abet, and also promote the solemnize such marriages. As per the act given, that is a boy is 21 and girl is 18, and at any marriage of the people below this age will be considered as a child marriage, which is illegal and offense, and also it is punishable by the law. Any person can report an incident of child marriage before, after of the solemnized. The nodal officer, the district collector, is the nodal officer of this district of the at the any district level for the purpose of the implementation of this act. He shall periodically review the implementation of this act within the respective district and take all necessary measures for the proper effective implementation of this act. Child marriage prohibition officer ought to be appointed in every state to prohibit child marriages, to ensure the protection of the victims as well as the prosecution of the offenders. And also the CMPO has been empowered to provide necessary legal aid to the victim and of child marriage, and also produce children in need of care and protection before the child welfare committee for a first class judicial magistrate where there is no child welfare committee. The petition is to nullify the child marriage can be made in court only by the girl or boy who are below 18 or great the time of marriage. However, the guardian along with the CMPO can file the annulment petition on behalf of the child. If they are still minor, the district court can grant nullify the marriage. The district court will be nullify and give the punishment to the people. That is, child marriage is an offense punishable with a hard imprisonment or with fine or with both. So the court can issue injunction, prohibition, solemnization of the child marriage. The offenses under the act of cognizable and non-bailable. And is also there is a protection things is there. There is a law provides for all support aid, including medical aid, legal aid, counseling, and also the rehabilitation supports also for the children once they rescued. And also it gives a legal status to all the children born from child marriage and makes provision for the custody and maintenance. It provides a residence and maintenance to the female contracting party. So these are the important thing in the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act. There is a related initiative, that is a Dhanalakshmi scheme. It is a conditional cash transfer scheme for a girl child with insurance coverage. It also aims to eliminate child marriage by offering parents insurance coverage of medical expense and encouraging the education of the girl child. And also the schemes like Beti Bachao, Beti Padao also aims to empower girls through education, health and protection, and also discourage the child marriage. Some of the Odisha government has devised that comprehensive strategy to tackle the child marriage. They check girls' school attendance and villages presence in the utilize the Advika platform for girls ages 10 to 19. So guidelines are in place, declare villages free of child marriage with incentive for the vulnerable tribal groups. So district implement various approaches such as maintaining girls database. It's mandatory for the other numbers in the marriage. That is also gives a standard way to reduce the child marriage. And also there is a way forward that there is not only the act will not change anything. The economic empowerment initiative, that is offering a vocational training, that is a entrepreneurship opportunities to girls at risk, providing the viable alternative to early marriage, and also facilitate access to micro loans and all for the families to encourage income generation, and also reducing financial pressure for the yearly marriage. And also we need to uh, make the community engagement through this act and media, that is a engage, educate, and also consequence of child marriage. We need to provide the awareness of about this, and also we need the collaborate with local artists and also influence to create a impactful campaigns with music, street art, and also short films. So finally, peer education and mentorship program, that is a training young leader advocates against the child marriage, empowering them to educate and also mentor peers then with their communities. Then it will definitely give the awareness to the children, and also introducing comprehensive education modules within the school, fostering the discussion awareness among the students, will completely prohibit the child marriage. Let us see our India's future without any child marriage. Thank you so much.